This is the SDS200E, which is E stands for the European version, and it comes with everything loaded in DMR, NXDN, and Pro Voice as well. So the other version of this is also the SDS100, which is the portable version. So the SDS200 is the desktop or the mobile version, and it's pretty much exactly the same. It uses the same software and will accept the same files if you're transferring them between one scanner and the other. The SDS100 is in various versions. The version that we have in Australia is called the USDS100, and the SDS100 is the version available in the States. And of course, the version in the States of both the SDS200 and the 100 has a database which is actually useless outside of America. So we here just use the favourites file. So what you get in the box, these are the accessories. We've got the USB cable for programming. We've got the Australian power supply there, which you'll get a different version in different countries. There's the bracket for mobile mounting or mounting under a desk. Also, there's the flexible or telescopic steel antenna, which is okay, but better to have an external antenna if you can do that for much better reception. There's a cigarette lighter socket there for 12 volts mobile in the car, and has the right sized 12 volt plug on the back. Various mounting screws for the bracket. There's the two thumb bolts, I guess you call them, and then just some other pads for putting on the bottom if you're putting the scanner flat on a desk. Then this is the power for installing a more permanent installation. This one does the ignition sense. So when you turn the key off or the power off on your car, it will actually turn the scanner off as well. So that just needs your individual car to wire up into that socket. But otherwise, if you want to manually turn the scanner on and off, you just have to use the SDS or the 12 volt supply. So when you first put the card in, I was getting that card SDS or SD card error because there was actually nothing programmed in there. So I had to go through and program the actual radio. So you do need a micro SD card. Depending on where you buy it from, you'll either get it supplied or you have to provide one, and then either program it or download the information there. There's nothing else in that box. It's quite well sealed in there. Comes with the plastic on the front, and it's quite a solid unit. We've got the same sort of panel layout as what is on the portable version. On the front there, you've got the USB-A, also the USB micro, the GPS on the back, the 3-pin, and also both external speaker and direct 12 volts. Now I've also got the little GPS puck, which plugs into the back there with their telephone cable, the RJ11, and that makes location searching much better. So let's take off that front screen panel there. I've got a screen protector to go over the front there. And of course, when you first get it, it's got nothing in there, scan mode, nothing to scan, until you actually start programming it up. the pushing on the volume control is actually the function button, and then that accesses other parts of the menu you can see. Now that's the SDS, or the USDS 100 in comparison. And so now we go over to the computer and we will try to program it up. Now when you first put it in, it will come up with mass storage. You press the E button and then it will show up as a device. And there it is as COM port 19 on my particular computer. Next, we go to the Sentinel software and we'll look for updates. So when you first get the SD card, you actually need to use Sentinel to actually initialize your SD card, and then it shows up as a device. One of the other things is quite good with the Sentinel software is you can go through and change the colors for different parts of the display screen. And I find that changing the colors is actually quite good because you can set similar types of information the same. So your eyes can actually quickly look at, say, the unit ID and the torque grip ID, or something like the RFSS ID and the side ID if it's doing a trunking site. So the color is actually really good for just associating different or similar areas together. One of the important things that I found is to actually go through and turn all these service types on, because if you go through and program your scanner with different service types and you haven't got these ticked or enacted on the front panel, you can actually access this also from the front panel, you actually won't hear anything that's not ticked. So the best thing to do, just go through and tick everything, and then you can work out later whether you want to de-tick things. I use a program called Arc, and that's a really good program I like because it lays out everything in like an Excel spreadsheet. And one of the good things is it does allow you to customize things a lot easier just by cut and paste. Whereas I find the Sentinel software a little bit hard to understand, and there's so many different layers. Whereas at least with the Butel software, you can just drop things in quite easily. That's it for this look at the SDS200E. Thanks very much for watching.